Barakim Habarim, welcome to Messianic Moment Ministries. I'm Stephen Bruck. You know who you are. Today is the 18th day of July, 2024, and let's get started. But first, if you're wondering where I've been for the past 2 weeks, Don and I were vacationing in Ireland. We had a great time, and later I will post a video of our travels you can watch from my website. You'll find it under the Picture Album tab. Okay, before we start, let's take a look at the passage I'm talking about. No one sews a piece of unshrunk cloth on an old coat. If he does, the new patch tears away from the old cloth and leaves a worse hole. And no one puts new wine in old wineskins. If he does, the wine will burst the skins, and both the wine and the skins will be ruined. Rather, new wine is for freshly prepared wineskins. All right, I've often heard the Christian interpretation of this passage to indicate that Yeshua was teaching that the Torah was no longer applicable to his disciples or followers because he was giving them something new. Time out for a second. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe to both my YouTube channel and my website, messianicmoment.com. Like my Facebook page, join my Facebook group. It's called Just God's Word. And by the way, if you like what you get here, you will love the books I've written. They're available through links on the website or direct from Amazon.com. And one last thing, but this is really important. Please share these messages with everyone you know to help this ministry continue to grow. All right, so Christians are saying that Yeshua is teaching something new. And to a degree, they're right. Yeshua was teaching his listeners something new. But it wasn't a new religion rejecting obedience to the Torah. It was a new attitude towards how to obey the Torah. You see, throughout the Gospels, one recurring theme that Yeshua taught was how the Pharisees only taught the Peshat, in other words, the plain language meaning of the laws in the Torah. Yeshua taught the Remez, the deeper spiritual meaning of those laws, which is truly what the new covenant is all about. Hey, you can read Jeremiah 31:31. That is the new covenant. What Yeshua was talking about was not the Torah, but the attitude we are to have regarding the Torah. We are not just to do it rote like some automaton just going through the motions, but we are to live it in our soul. We are to have it in our heart, in our very essence. We are to be Torah. And in order for that to happen, the people had to change their understanding of what the Torah really means and to change their attitude towards God, towards obedience, and especially towards the teachings of the Pharisees. If they liked what Yeshua taught but continue to live and worship as the Pharisees taught, especially regarding their demands to obey all their man-made requirements, then they would be like a new patch on old cloth. The new patch being Yeshua's teachings about the spiritual meaning, but the old cloth being the Pharisaical teachings, which left no room for expansion of understanding. In simpler terms, hearing Yeshua's deeper understanding of the Torah, but still doing as the Pharisees say, will not allow them to expand, to stretch their spiritual being to be more in line with God's new covenant. That means trying to incorporate Yeshua's teachings, which is a new patch, but living the way the Pharisees say to, the old cloth, which can't stretch. Something will have to give. And sadly, as the parable of the sower tells us, it will likely be the new teachings. Therefore, if you have been taught that to follow Yeshua, that's Jesus, you need to ignore the Torah, you have been taught incorrectly, at least according to what Yeshua taught. Salvation is more than just Torah obedience, and it's more than just faith in God and accepting Yeshua as the Messiah. It is loving God with all your heart, soul, and mind. Does that sound familiar? And when you do that, the Torah will be written on your heart, and you will be a new patch on new cloth, and new wine in new wineskins. Well, thank you for being here. And that's it for this week. So until next time, Yitrot, and let me wish you an early Shabbat Shalom.